Oh, hi, rudeness. Hi.
Hey, I need a trim. This is getting bad.
No, it's you're full metal scruffy hobo, and I love it. Have you shaved since I last saw you 10 days ago? No.
No.
It's a sympathy beard.
All right. That's
it.
Yeah, mine's a little scruffy too. It's been a long Okay. Hey, Chris, you know what Pundit points out? That nearly 6 in 10 Americans believe that former President Trump should be charged with a crime for his...
That is 60%.
Yes. Okay. And you, Rude, said if the DOJ fails to prosecute Trump, it will put democracy and the Democratic Party on life support. And if Garland can't rise to the moment, fire him. Here. I don't... We haven't even... How many hearings are we in now? I mean, we're like midway, Rude.
Yeah.
And this is just extraordinary.
Where are you? And tomorrow's going to be just wild. I mean, because the Raffensperger stuff is about as incriminating as it gets.
It's pronounced Hafar.
Raffensperger. You know what I think about? Because I'm old school.
Yeah.
I think about the king in Bugs Bunny saying Hoffenpfeffer.
Yeah.
Incorporated. No,
solid.
Wait, that's Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. You were all over on Twitter, but I'm not even sure like what parts to point to. I guess what is our morning stack, Travis? That of course they can tie him to everything.
Yeah.
To Proud Boys, to the fake elector thing, and it's Ginny Thomas. Don't even get me started. Right?
What's she doing?
Yeah.
Even with the fake text, which did turn out to be fake about. That she actually used the word coup buses in a text to Mark Meadows. But I'm like, everything is so horrible already. You could believe it. It's like Frangela says, there's going to be a folder saying illegal S we did. Like, it's almost believable.
Well, and remember, if that was Republicans saying that about a Democrat, it would automatically be the thing that would be repeated over and over and over, and no matter how many people fact checked it. So
right. I mean, it's just the whole thing again. Biggest, dumbest, most obvious plot, right? That Clarence Thomas is the only vote to keep his wife's communications private. It's just. And clearly, this whole thing that Eastman is Clarence Thomas's clerk, and that she's communicating with all. I can't even. And by the way, you were talking about someone saying Justice Thomas is the one justice in the building that literally knows every employee's name, and you're like, who gives a seriously? Who gives a single if a serial killer is nice to the guy at the deli? Like, really? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess the deli guy would be happy, but when he found out, but that wasn't somebody who said that. That was Sonia Sotomayor who said that about Clarence Thomas, praising Clarence Thomas, saying that, he really cares about the court. And it's like, I mean, I get that you guys get to have fun with each other. You can try to figure out, if you're all sitting there who farted and have a lot of fun with that. I'd like to think that at various times the justices do that. They just try to figure out whose fart that was.
It's always Clarence. They could pass around a Coke.
It's always Clarence.
Yeah.
God. So you tweeted Trump was trying to get the crowd to murder Mike Pence. He only backed down when it finally looked like Pence would not be murdered. That's the other thing where I'm like, because I've had a few days off, I'm like, is this what? Are we so normalized that this is just another news cycle that he... Tried to have the vice president get. Yes, he said, "Oh yes, the crowd was right. I guess he deserved it." And the Proud Boys are like, "Oh yes, we would have killed him had we found him." I mean, and this is just another normal day in America.
Yeah. It was an assassination attempt. It was an assassination attempt on him, on Nancy Pelosi, on AOC, on lots of Democrats.
More specific, I'm going to drag her out by her hairs. I don't know. Who says that? What, hairs multiple? I don't.
That's a guy who goes on a tour with Loudermilk. That's a Cletus thing.
Yeah.
I know we're not supposed to be liberal elitists about the, but holy cow.
Well,
that footage.
But you know what?
You know you're Pelosi. We're going to drag you out by your hairs.
There's sort of there's inbred idiots everywhere, though.
Yes.
I mean, upstate New York. I mean, in certain areas of Brooklyn, there's there's inbred idiots.
Certain areas of the valley here. You got it.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I grew up in upstate New York. I know.
Yeah. So you don't have to be. And Carl Palladino just got the freaking Republican nomination for governor. I mean,
okay. Well, you wrote this. This was part of your piece this week. You said, "I've despised Mike Pence longer than most of you, even before he was that conservative in Congress from 2001 to 2012. Even before he was that mother governor who refused to allow a needle exchange program in a town with a high rate of HIV. You see, I was damned to live in Indiana in the late 90s when Pence was a right-wing radio Can I just say I've never had mites in my...
Chiggers?
I've had chigger bites on my arms, but I have not had mite.
Aren't they just really types of mites?
Right. Advocating for laws against adultery and railing against the cartoon Mulan for daring to say women could be in the military and hating on LGBT people with a fervor that could only be described as protesting way, way too much. So when I say him in every hole from to I, I mean it. So you're bona fides.
Yeah.
Understood.
I do not like Mike Pence.
Understood.
I do not like him in a box. I do not like him. Yeah.
You said that said, Pence did one good thing with his sad, homophobic, nutsoid Christian life. I don't think he did that for honorable reasons. Thank you. Is the hero bar this low now? That he didn't want to go to prison, as you said. You said Pence spent the last 5 years being Trump's most loyal lickspittle, a remora suctioned into Trump's ass so tightly he may as well have been Trump's vestigial tail.
Oh, boy.
Now, that is a visual that I enjoy.
Thank you.
Pence wasn't strong. Pence certainly wasn't a damn hero. He was scared that he'd break the law and end up in prison if it all went sideways. He didn't want to commit a crime. He didn't do the right thing so much as he didn't do the wrong thing. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And you said, let's stop beating around the damn bush with all this. The January 6th attack on the Capitol was, among other things, a coordinated assassination attempt on Mike Pence, one that was cheered on, if not directed, by Trump.
Yep.